Hey, welcome back to Fresh Gaming News. So today we have had the beginning of the Tokyo Game Show, and on the show floor they have shown off these new FPGA handhelds, and one of the handhelds is a clone console version of the 3DS, as shown here. So I don't know if this is an FPGA console per se, because this article says it's using Ryzen, so it might be just like an emulation box. But it has a 1080p AMOLED display and it's capable of running games at 90 Hz, which doesn't really make any sense whatsoever because the 3DS can only output at 60 Hz. So unless they're like using like FPS patches to make the games run at 90 FPS, then I don't see the point in that. But yeah, this is really cool because I like the 3DS. It's my favorite system of all time, and I really do want to have another version of the 3DS to play games on because, as you know, the 3DS right now is bloody expensive to get hold of. I mean, they used to be pretty cheap, but nowadays it's like really, really expensive to get like a new 3DS. And it's especially one in good condition because most of them are like really bad condition, like all the paint's come off it. And because Nintendo don't want to fricking do like replacement parts or whatever, then they just like impossible to find these new parts or anything like the back plate or the front plate. Like I've had my crappy Chinese black plate for years that is just awful. And I can't get a decent one because they don't make them anymore. Unless I buy like an entirely new console. So that sucks. But yeah, I hope they make more of these clone consoles 3DS. If even if this is like a freaking just emulation, it's still cool. Hopefully eventually they make a AMA, like an FPGA version with like accurate emulation and simulation on it. But it's cool it has like an OLED screen. I don't know if it's going to be an actual 3D or if it's going to be 2D only, but maybe it's 3D. That would be really cool. Especially if they manage to like get the games running at a higher resolution, because that's like a big problem the 3DS has. Like even though it's in 3D, which means it doubles the resolution, it's still only 240p on horizontal, where like it's 800p on height. Wait, no. It's 400p width, but then it's like two of them, so it's like 800 pixels wide, but then it's still only like 240 height. But if they could make it like 720p height, that would make it like insane, especially in 3D. Because yeah, you could like play them in higher resolution on Citra, but like the experience you get from playing the games in 3D is something you can't easily get on Citra unless you use like a VR headset. But even that's not the same because the VR headsets aren't gonna have like objects coming out at you. They're only gonna be having like the immersion part, the part where it's like going into your head, like you see inwards, but you can't see outwards in VR. You can only see inwards, so it doesn't really have the same effect. So if they manage to get like a 3D screen in higher resolution on one of these devices and like make the right games run better, then that would be really cool, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So you can see that this person talks about it, and this person has talked more about it, and they've also like talked about how they're making an FPGA Super Famicom and a Saturn and a PS2, and then also like a GBA. So I don't know if this is a okay, it is like an emulator machine, but maybe in the future they'll make an FPGA on it. But yeah, that's going to do it for Fresh Gaming News. I will see you guys next time. Make sure to follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment about what you think of this new development in the 3DS clone console space. Anyway, that's going to do it. Bye.